Coach Perla here from Fit Bodies. Just wanted to finish up our 4-part series today. We will be talking about corrective movement patterns. We're going to be doing some corrective exercises. Now, what are those? Those are actually exercises that will replace your movement pattern, kind of get your movement patterns back into alignment, creating a pain-free lifestyle. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do crocodile breathing. This is Coach Crystal. Did I introduce you? No. Sorry, my partner in crime. And I'm actually going to be doing the movements while she explains them and what muscle groups and what movements I'm doing. And again, the purpose here is to take you from a place that you could be in pain to a place that you're out of pain, because in no way, shape, or form should you be living in pain. Okay? So the first one is crocodile breathing.
Yes. And we always start with a breathing exercise because oftentimes, like Perla was saying, the pain that you're in can be a huge amount of tension in the body. And we're going from a sympathetic nervous system where you're fight or flight down into the parasympathetic nervous system where it's rest and digest, right? So oftentimes we can eliminate pain just by resetting our system. So Perla here has, she's laying on her hands, and what she's doing is she's breathing into her back here. So it's almost like you want to picture you've got a tire all around and you're trying to inflate the whole tire all the way around. As I put my hands on her sides, I can feel this filling up with air, and she's going to exhale big, right, and release the tension. I can feel her relaxing just after a few breaths. So this is a really great exercise you can do, especially if you find yourself super stressed out, to grab a second for yourself. Up next, we've got low rolling. So the purpose of this is to help with unlocking any stiffness in the spine. There's a lot of things going on here. She's going to exhale and reach across with the foot, and then let the upper body roll. Okay, so it's important that she's just relaxing that upper body and she's exhaling as she does. Okay, we'll go back in the other direction. And so this is really great for core stability all the way around. Yeah, and it helps break up thoracic stiffness, so in between her shoulder blades. Good point. Up next, we've got cat-cow. So she's going to get into a quadruped position with her hands under her shoulders and her knees under her hips, right? So it's important that her weight isn't shifted back, right? She's shifted directly straight over her, hands and knees. Okay, so what she's going to do is she's going to arch her back, lift it up towards the ceiling, right? Really focusing on every single vertebrae, and then in the opposite direction, right? So we're taking a deep breath in here, filling that belly up with air. She's going to exhale and pull it back up. You want to challenge yourself, try and do it a little bit one vertebrae at a time. It's much harder than you think. Okay, see there, she's kind of breaking it down just a little bit. And this breaks up any stiffness in the whole entire spine. This might not look like a whole lot, but it actually is really great for spine health, right? So if you have that chronic back pain that's always hurting and you're sitting in a chair a lot, this is one exercise that's going to be really good for you. Okay, up next we have the hip abducted rock back. So she's going to kick one leg out to the side. This is actually a groin stretch as well. And she's going to exhale and sit back. Now it's important we haven't compromised her form here, right? So her hips, her butt is sitting on the inside of her heel back here. You'll notice, I can't quite see it in the video, but her foot isn't quite flat on the floor. It's actually kicked up just to the side a little bit. She's exhaling and sitting back, okay? And not rounding the back, so that's important, right? So she's gonna kick it out to the side. You can see the foot that I was talking about here, not quite flat. And as she sits back, you wanna keep your back flat because a lot of people have a tendency to wanna sit back and round like this, and they don't achieve the stretch. So she's actually feeling a stretch going right from her pelvic bone all the way down to the back side of her knee. Okay, so that is hip abducted rock back. Okay, up next we've got hand walkout. So this will be our last corrected movement. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry, I forgot. Half kneeling. Yeah, half kneeling hip flexor stretch. I'm jumping ahead. I tend to do that. Not yet. This is one of my favorites too. Okay, so half kneeling hip flexor stretch. She's going to tuck her toe up in the back. Nice 90-degree angle in both those knees. She's up nice and tall. Okay, and so go out of that pelvic tilt again. Yep, so see her back is bowing here like this, so she's going to take and tuck her pelvis under. Okay, so she's really scooping that under, and so she's feeling a stretch right here in her hip flexor, and oftentimes you can achieve the stretch all the way down into the quad. She's pushing down onto that knee and squeezing her butt and squeezing her gut. Okay, so that's the half kneeling hip flexor stretch. Now, okay, yep, we're going to do both sides. Okay, pushing down, breathing. really tucking that pelvis under. Okay. And then lastly, hand walkouts. So we're going to walk the hands all the way out. This is really great for core stability. Okay, and we're going to walk it all the way back in. Nice. Okay, so exhaling on the way down. She's reaching and walking. If you can't quite reach the floor, it's okay to widen your feet up here to achieve that stretch and reaching the ground. Okay, and exhaling all the way back up. This is a really great primal movement. So see, if she can't quite reach the floor, widening your feet up is going to achieve that goal. Okay, so working the core, the chest. This is also stretching the back side of her body, her ankles when she's going out. Really great overall functional movement pattern.
And that is Love Yourself Day. Thanks, Chris.